Hello, the channel. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're all well. Enjoying the Champions League football. Join the Europa Conference League this midweek. Loads happening. Fortunately, next week we're getting to another international break. Yawn. Hate the international stuff. Anyway, Scotland are playing well at the moment, at least. Ready to draw the giveaway winner for the weekend. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to pause it. I've actually got a wee sort of break or holiday coming up myself as well, so probably going to pause it and going to sort of pause the lineup builders as well over the international break just to get a bit of a break from things. What I'm going to try and do this weekend though is work on a couple of pieces of extra content, and then you guys can hopefully watch that, and then we'll be back after the international break. Although I'm on holiday that week as well, so I don't know if there'll be any lineup builder for the 20th. So, firstly, playsharper predictions. Joe Hart back after the suspension. Alistair Johnson, Greg Taylor, I think pretty nailed. There is a break after this game as well, and Rodgers hasn't really been tinkering too much, so I think that'll be okay. Contentious one really is Vickers or Nat Phillips. So Nat Phillips actually played 60 minutes, then he was taken off. He was in a yellow card, Champions League, and he's not finished the game yet either. So a few people saying, well, Vickers will be back in, but he's played 30 minutes, so I'd imagine he will come back in. I don't really see Liam Scales going out. He's the left-footed one of the players, and to be honest, he's been our best centre back for the last 5 or 6 games, I would have said. So I'd be heavily surprised if he doesn't play. Called up to the Ireland squad as well, which is very well deserved. Callum McGregor 95, Matt O'Reilly 95. I mean, again, Rodgers doesn't really tend to rotate much in there. I hope that I'm not completely wrong from that point of view. Real Hatate at 90, just he's that big thing with his eye, and he received an elbow to the face and everything as well. So I do think he'll start, but I suppose that's the one position where if Rodgers was looking maybe to rotate in, maybe bring in Bernardo or whatever, with it being a home game, who knows? Dyson Maeda, I'm not sure this game particularly suits him as much, because I think Kilmarnock will be quite well organised and sit in, but Rodgers has played him in every game so far, so it's quite hard to predict that he won't play, if that makes sense. I was a wee bit surprised Yang started the Champions League game, and I'm going with Palma there. So Palma, Yang, there's always a chance something more random like James Forrest, but Palma scored. It was chopped off for offside, but he also scored the game against Motherwell, and I think this would be the time he'll get his first start. And Furuhashi, I think there's only really one selection there. So before we go on, I was planning this at a video on October strategy and all that type of stuff, but then Sorare have changed things about a wee bit in connection with the leaderboards, etc. So decided not to do that. But what I'm doing just now is I'm trying to buy as many Celtic cards as I can. I'm only kidding. Alistair Johnson defender cards, one I've been trying to pick up for a while actually. The previous super rares he had were midfielder cards mainly, I think, and picked up Maxence Lacroix as well. I'm trying to make sure I've got plenty good super rares really. We're winning loads and loads of nice rares like Berardi, Stings, absolutely brilliant wins. Hradecki, Cody Gakpo, Boscagli. So really pleased with the quality there, but do think having good super rares is heavily important. So first and foremost, in terms of the teams here, this is the only one that's actually picked at the moment. This is Mike Baston's team. So Mike won the giveaway for this weekend. Then we'll bring it back for the next non-international week. So going with Joe Hart in goals. Good pick, Mike. I like that. Tapsoba at home. Again, Leverkusen have been excellent, so can see that selection. Matt O'Reilly, captain, does what it says in the tin there. Scoring's been absolutely superb. Harry Kane, I think he scored the last 2 games actually. So, but at home against Freiburg, and then James Maddison. So, really strong team. Also, this will be the team for one of the legs of the Scottish Team of the World Cup thing that's been run by one of the users. So let's get right into some lineup building. I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time on this tonight because just a wee bit sort of shorter of time. And there's loads of football on as well, so I won't bore everyone with it. But we'll go for the sort of headline ones. So like All-Star Unique, it's a really good chance to have I think a sort of Celtic type stack in here. So I'm definitely going to go with Joe Hart based on this sort of fixture, etc. And he has been a bit more solid. The interesting one here is, maybe play like Vickers and take a bit more of a risk. To be honest, I think this is one I really do fancy, so I don't really want to take more of a risk, so I'm going to go with I think Johnston in here. Matt O'Reilly Unique, well, pretty straightforward selection there. You can only play two super rares in this division. Again, I would love to have an Alistair Johnson Unique or whatever, but there we go. So Furuhashi up front as well. So pretty going all the Celtic guys, and then you were left with the last one. So interestingly, you could maybe have played like Robertson and play Allison, but I'm a wee bit short of super rares in the champion, Euro Pro, etc. So I don't mind keeping Allison available for that or even for All-Star Super Rare. And I think, I'm just waiting on the team coming out for Liverpool, but Robertson's usually been rotated, so that's looking like it's going to be a team, and that looks pretty awesome, right? I mean, Robertson doesn't really need a clean sheet to do a big score. You could hit a goal or assist as well, part of the problem with Liverpool is just not been keeping enough clean sheets. Always do give priority to the All-Stars and also the caps as well, although I don't think I'll have time to do the caps on this video, unfortunately, so sorry about that. So goalkeeper wise for the All-Star, now interestingly here, Alisson's away at Brighton. Ullage has got PSV, so I mean if Sparta keep it under 2 goals, he'll do a good score, I think there. Alright, well, keeping it under 3 it's going to be a problem. PSV are a good team, although Sparta at home. McCagnall's good. Racing away is not the easiest fixture. Carlo Latika is a sneaky one. Yvan Diouf. I think I'm going to go Diouf in here. Main reason is I had a quick look before. I'm struggling for under 23 super rare forwards. So I've got Saito, who's still out at the moment, and Abada, who's also out. So that's kind of killing me a wee bit from that perspective. So that's a shame. But anyway, that's the way it goes. In terms of defence here, I still do have some uniques that I could maybe look to play. So I have a look at that first, because that's the position that is going to have to be filled in. Again, Ryan's, I'm not sure I fancy that too much against PSV. So what I might do is put Ullage and Ryan's in the Challenger Super Rare, and it will still be pretty maxed out on the requirements, but just be a case of, I'm not expecting them to have a good result against PSV, although it is possible because they're playing at home and PSV played loads of games after a European week. Adrian Monfrey, I think, go for in here. Look at this guy's average, 63, very strong centre back. Big fan of him. Won him actually, and was kind of initially thinking, right, I'm going to sell this guy, and then as it's transpired, he's been really good. In terms of midfield, so Rico Puig is an interesting one. He's 50-50 in playsharper, so that's tough. Szymanski and Ferdi Kadioglu, kind of like playing these guys with Tadic actually, so again, waiting on the lineup stuff for tonight, and that's part of the difficulty here as well, right? There's kind of loads of moving goalposts in terms of what's sort of happening here, because there's games on right until Thursday night. Actually going to see what the suggestion on it's nothing to do with Vladimir Putin, by the way. Just need a Volvo or whatever I come up here now. So lineup builder. It's always good to get a wee suggestion from this. I mean, I wouldn't say I always build my lineups, etc., or base them on this, but it's nice to look at that. I think actually Celtic are a standout fixture this weekend, although Camargue did beat us away, but it's under a plastic pitch and all that type of stuff. So So yes, Bastian Szymanski, Joe Hart, and so 3 Celtic players in there. So that kind of backs things up. Pavon's an interesting one actually. Wouldn't always necessarily sort of think of him. I think like Cal McGregor, etc., probably do what to keep for Challenger, although that's, I'm not fancying the home selection that much in it. I think probably put Riku Poo again here. I think might be a weekend to take some risks. I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough one. Furuhashi, I've already used the unique as well. Shout there for Pavon was a pretty interesting one actually. So probably go with that because Pavon is capable of the big score. There's no doubt about that. Cezinha is injured just now, so that's tough. So I'm not hugely liking this lineup, but actually I could go with Lemos. So he's been scoring pretty well too. Bugger off, Adobe. Lemos been scoring well too, and I'll double check, see what the prediction is for him starting. And Monfrey's been on great form, which is quite interesting. So naturally, I always like to pick the under 23s. Rare Pro's one of my favourite tournaments. It's now rolling quite well midweek in that as well, so a chance of actually winning a good card depending on how the last 2 selections go. So I do think it's fair to say that Trubin season has arrived. That is kind of interesting. Been really impressed with Mesley as well. I think is that 4 clean sheets in 5 or 4 and 6 or something. So Philip Jorgensen also was excellent recently too, and he's got quite a good home game against Las Palmas. So that's pretty interesting. I think Trubin naturally be a good selection to use in here for me anyway, because sometimes I use him in Challenger, but Joe Hart's going to go into one of those. So I think probably going to go Trubin in one and Mesley in the other one. Good options, good choices to be able to have as well, which is interesting. From a perspective of the defender side of things, to see Maxence Lacroix in there as one of the options. Nice to see Gaston Avilla actually getting a start for Ajax tonight as well. In the Rare Pro, I think you've always got to consider, what the super rare options are. So could go quite kind of Benfica stacky here, if that is an actual word. Sugawara is always one of the first names in team sheet, but the problem is Ajax might actually get their act together at some point, so that's kind of interesting. And we Frimmers as well, although I think I've got my eye on a kind of Leverkusen stack in terms of champ, so that's going to be interesting as well. I need to make a decision here. That's part of the problem. Ferdi Kadioglu has been excellent actually, so that's interesting too. But I guess I could just go kind of quite Benfica heavy here. I do expect they'll come good. Antonio Silva was suspended, so that meant that Morato played, and then Silva should be kind of rested now. In terms of up front here, Musiala and backup firing a bit's really quite good. I guess the only issue with this, if I go that way, is Matt O'Reilly, 17%. So 17.5% is kind of similar to Super Rare, right? So could you kind of go that and just captain it and just take the points, or the other option is just to roll him out in terms of the under 23 rare. So who's going to score higher? Coxu Super Rare or Matt O'Reilly Rare, all that type of stuff. Matt O'Reilly's been phenomenal so far this season, absolutely unbelievable. Bilal Canus been really good as well, but Ghent's not the easiest fixture, so I'm not really feeling it much based on fixtures. Ajax have been pretty rotten though, I suppose. AZ, Sugawara and Sets, I'm not seeing a lot of clean sheet potential there, but probably are better than Ajax at the moment. So there we go. I guess that does also leave me with Matt O'Reilly available for yield Celtic stacks as well. So whilst we're on topic with that, let's pick the Challenger Europe Rare Pro, because that's definitely going to be a kind of priority type lineup for me this weekend. Safanov and Junior Alonso have been amazing, but that leaves them for the All-Star Pro, which is quite good. So Joe Hart in goal, Douglas Sand. This guy's a maniac, honestly. So I'm probably going to get him into the All-Star in some form. Pleased with the options I've got anyway. That's like always a really good thing. So I've used Johnson in the other one. So the decision here is, what do I do? Do I risk Carter Vickers? So I think I want to go kind of optimal, right? So let's see how this lines up here. So Matt O'Reilly's going to be the captain. It kind of goes without saying. I guess the only problem with going with this strategy is that Kilmarnock did kind of frustrate Celtic in the home game, so there is that. Could also use Calmac in here. It could be interesting. And then I could fill it, just use one of the Fenerbahce guys or whatever in the Challenger. And then up front, you can keep your Tadic. We will go for Furuhashi. Don't ask me what accent that was. Yeah, so I could do something less. So yeah, I'll need to keep thinking about Vickers, but I just think, he's definitely going to play in some way. You don't want him on for the last 30 minutes because he's not going to get much of the AA. He may well play 60 or 70 and then come off, but he could grab a goal as well. Celtic will dominate the ball, so I could see even being on sort of 50-ish at half time, even if he's subbed off a bit early. So if we try and get that clean sheet, and that's just a purely Celtic based lineup, but it does leave me with other options elsewhere. Go for the under 23 limited lineup as well. So keep it nice and relevant, because I know not everybody can play rares and super rares and all that type of stuff. So yeah, Mesley at home I think is pretty nice option here too. He's been playing really well recently, scoring very well, and also, as I said, it's the home thing as well, right? Schlotterbeck, tempted by Union Berlin, pretty good team. Alphonso Davies, good selection at home. Hugo CK, well capable of the big score. But my only thing with Schlotterbeck is that sometimes Borussia Dortmund do rotate a wee bit. Saliba would be a natural selection, but it's Man City, so it's tough a game as it gets. So I think go with Hugo Saike, and I'll check that. See what the script is on playsharper as well. Now, I've only got one Matt O'Reilly left here because Mike's using the other one, so he's getting a nice high XP one. Go on, Mike. Quite like Cavaradona's form just now. He seems to be firing again, right? So it's quite interesting. And then I think Osasuna is a pretty good game for Real Madrid. Rodrigo's not been firing, but I do think he'll fire at some point soon, and Vinicius Junior can't continue as a cap player, surely. 39, probably should play him in the caps, but yeah, Real Madrid at home, maybe I should get a Bellingham, right? Pretty expensive just now, pretty peaky, so that's quite a nice under 23 team, and all those guys are all capable of nice high peaks as well, which is quite interesting. I'll finish off picking the Challenger Europe Limited, just because, we're talking about Celtic a lot, so see if we can try and find the kind of optimal sort of Celtic lineup that we can go for. So Joe Hart. So yeah, Mike's using the other Joe Hart, so still got another one, so it's a nice position to be in. Challenger. It's got to be the Hatati defender card. I mean, like Vickers a wee bit of a doubt. I don't have any skills here. Could go Greg Taylor. He's been pretty good at home, but yeah, I mean, is what it is. Going to kind of stick with strategy. Matt O'Reilly. So this one's 11.5. Still pretty nice, but Mike's got the right big one, the 17%. Furuhashi. Hope we don't drop the Celtic card soon. Can join this XP. And then we could go a kind of differential, could go, but I don't think we really need to because of the XP levels here. There's not many people that will beat those. Joy Veerman, outrageous player. I mean, just so good. Callum McGregor's been scoring pretty well at home. I actually think I'm going to run it with. Just going to do that. It's a tough game away at Sparta, but Joy Veerman is just outrageous at the moment. Outrageous. And what I like about this is you've kind of got like the Celtic midfield covered, but with the clean sheet potential for Hatati with the defender card, and Furuhashi, he'll be buzzing after that Champions League goal. Celtic are not be buzzing in general because played well and a bit of robbery at the end, but there we go. What can we say? So that's been 20 minutes. I'm not going to go through any more any other divisions. We're going to pick those privately just for time constraints and everything this week. I do like getting getting things out a bit sooner, but the problem just now is with all the sort of midweek games, it's quite hard to make definitive selections. So the last thing I'm kind of hopeful on in terms of midweek is this lineup. Lovely. Hopefully Sugawara and Elkanus Bilal are both starting. And that's got really good potential to get a nice reward. So fingers crossed, get back with some sort of reward video as well. But on that note, we're going to finish up. Thanks very much everyone for watching again. Anyway, I do appreciate everyone following the channel. As a reminder, I'm going to pause the October giveaway just now. So I've got a bit of time away in terms of sort of family time and stuff like that, and it's international breaks. So we'll just wait and we'll pick one for the next full weekend, and then we'll extend it a wee bit as well. Give somebody a chance to start in November. So there'll still be same amount of winners. Hopefully, Twitter Picker has been fixed as well. But we'll end on that note. Good luck and good. Can't even get to end of these videos. Can't even talk right. So good luck and good fuck. There'll be a wee video up there as well. Good luck and go fuck. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Thanks again for watching. Cheers.